All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College, and as part of the Rankin Technical College AWD Application and Website Development 1100 C# Programming Fundamentals class, I've been creating a series of video presentations based on the PowerPoint slides for our textbook for the class. As you can see right there, Muroc C# 7th edition. I am now in Chapter 9, How to Work with Dates and Strings. And what I had done previously was I had created in the last lesson this program right here. All right, now I'd like to go and create another one for Chapter 9, and that's right here. Edit a phone number, as it says, so that it uses standard format. Now, I played around with it. I'm not going to lie to you a little bit. And I didn't like the way that it worked at all. So I went back and redid it. And I'm going to literally just remove the one that I have in here. And I'm going to start all over again on that one. So I'm going to go on my right mouse, click on my project, add a new project. This will be, as always, a Windows Forms app.NET framework. And we're just going to call it phone number. All right, so there it is. I'm going to make it about that big. That should be good. Let's move this over a little bit. All right, and pretty this up a tad. Start by making that purple. There we go. Let's immediately add our 3 buttons. So this will end up being our calculate button. As always, I'm going to come in and play with the font on this. So I will make it 18.25, and I will set the bold to true. Change the name of the button to BTN Calculate, and change the text on the button to Calculate. All right, copy this button twice, and it will become both our, let's move that over a scotch. That looks good. Okay, so this second one will become our BTN Clear. And it will have the text of clear. And the third one will be our BTN exit. And it will have the text of exit. All right. While I'm doing this, let's rename the form. So on my form here, I'm going to right click on it and choose rename and call it FRM phone number. Oops. FRM phone number. Okay, yes, I want to change all occurrences. Let's add our text on this, which should say edit phone number. So we'll change our form text to edit phone number. And I've never tried this, but let's see if I can make that text bigger too. No, it made just made the form bigger, and that's fine. All right. So we've got now edit phone number. That's good. Let's add our 3 labels. There's our first. As always, set auto size to false. Move this over and down. And this will become LBL. I wanted to say exactly what it says in here. So entered LBL. That's a dumb name though, but we'll call it that anyway. LBL entered. And we'll call this text here entered. I am going to again change the font size on this to 18. I am again going to change the bold to true, and I'm going to change my text align from top left to middle right. Now I'm going to copy this twice. All right, and this, move that down a little bit. There we go. This one right here is going to be digits only, and then the last one standard format. So this will become LBL digits only. And I will change the text to digits only. And let's see, this last one I think we said was standard format. Correct. So this will become LBL standard format, and the text will be standard format. All right, to make that a little wider, there we go. All right, so that's good. I'm going to move these over just a bit. Oh, about like that. That's good. Now I'm going to add my text boxes. This will again have its font size changed to 18, have its bold to true, and this I will just do the text align from left to center. So this will be TXT entered. And I will copy this twice. This next one will be TXT digits only. And finally, the last one will be TXT standard format. As I always like to do, I like to click off of here and double check and make sure I've renamed everything. And it looks as though I have, so I'm going to click onto here, set my accept button to BTN calculate, set my cancel button to BTN clear, set my Windows start position to center screen. All right, Control A, right mouse click on here and lock my controls into place. Finally, set my tab order. This is going to be a non-read only. This will be read only, so will this. So I want this to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 0 because that's going to be the only one in here where I am actually going to enter a number. This will be read only for the digits only. This will be read only for the standard format. So 0, 1, 2, 3 for my buttons. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, do a view tab order. Let's do a file save all because it's a good idea. The calculate I will write last, as you would guess. For the clear, I want to clear, 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 set the focus. So we will call this clear all elements, and I'll write that down below. Private void clear all elements, and that will be txt entered dot text equals double quote txt digits only dot text equal double quote txt standard format dot text equals double quote, and txt enter dot focus. Again, because I'm a little weird about this. All right. That should now work. Let's try it. Whoops, I've got to reset my... So right mouse, click on here and choose Set as Startup Project. There we go. And I'm going to put some junk in here and in here and in here. Click Clear. They've all cleared. Good. That's a good start. They can also come in now, grab these two text boxes and make them read-only. And now that they're read-only, I can also change the back color as I like to do. There we go. So those are done. For the exit, I am going to come in and grab my exit code as I oftentimes do. Exit button. And we'll call this exit program and private void exit program. All right, file, save all. We should now have a working exit button as well. No, yes, okay, good. All right. So in my calculate, I'm going to call show phone numbers, which I have not written yet, but I will write down below here. And I'll make that plural. So private void show phone numbers. Okay, and I'm going to put that right here. That error should go away, and it did. This will be similar in many ways to the program I wrote earlier, in that I'm going to do a bool keep going, and I'm going to set that equal to is phone number empty. Okay, and I'll write that down here. Private bool okay, we'll have our bool retval equal to true, and actually we'll make this false. We're going to assume it's not empty. Okay, if txt entered dot text is equal to nothing, meaning, in fact, let's trim it too. That'd be a good idea. I don't think I trimmed last time. It's always a good idea, though. So if there's nothing in there, what do I want to do? I want to call my show message, which I haven't written yet, and it should say phone number cannot be empty. No phone number inputted. All right, let's go write this show message. We'll write it down at the bottom. Again, this is just how I do things. And I'm not saying you have to do them in the way I'm doing them. No. So private void show message. We will have a string, which will be the message. We will have a string, which will be the title. And notice it's already filling the stuff in for me. All right, message box, show, and title. And we will have a message box buttons dot OK, and a message box icon dot error. All right. Now, let's see if this is going to handle putting no input in there. So, whoops, usually it means well, let's see. Not all paths return a value. So if that's the case, we want to set retval equal to true. And at the end, we want to return retval. All right. So when there is nothing in here, we click calculate, we get phone number cannot be empty, no phone number inputted. Well, that's good. So we should also, while we're doing this, we should say txt entered dot text equals nothing, even though it should be empty, and txt entered dot focus. So let's check that out. All right, we'll click over to here. There's nothing in there. And it put our focus back. Clear, good, exit, exit, good. All right, so we've got that done. So we said Boolean, you check for empty. If it returned true, then the phone number was empty. So if not, keep going, meaning it returned false, meaning there was something in there. We want to say keep going equal is phone number valid, which again I have not yet written. Private bool. We'll again do our bool retval equal true, and we will return retval. I don't know how I got the Z's there, but I did. All right. All my errors are gone. That's good. So far we've come in here, we've checked for that being empty. Well, let's make sure it's valid. Now, I wanted to change this around from what was actually put in there. And if you remember what I did, I can give you the reasons. You probably don't care, but I flipped this. So entered, I made look like this. That's my entered. And standard format, I made look like this. All right. It just was more similar to a program I had written at an earlier time. So that's why I did it that way. All right. So let me view my code. So this is checking if the phone number is valid. I'm going to make a string that I just called phone. And I'm going to set that equal to txt entered dot text, just so I'm not constantly having to type in txt entered dot text. All right, and again, what I did was I wanted this to look like nnn dot nnn dot nnn, where each n is a number. All right, so in other words, this could go from, even though 0 is not valid here, from 000-000-0000, whoops, to 999-999-9999. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone. And to do that, I use something that's really not discussed for a little bit yet. And when I say for a little bit yet, what I mean is it'll be in a later chapter, but I use what's called regular expression patterns. And I'm going to show you what I typed in. It may make little to no sense, but give me a second to explain it. Because the explanation is right up here. It's 3 digits, followed by a hyphen, followed by 3 digits, followed by a hyphen, followed by 4 digits. So that's my pattern. This means it must start with this, and this means it must end right there. All right? So in a nutshell, that's a regular expression pattern. So I said, bool match equals, and I'm going to try to match that pattern. So regular expression dot match, that might give me an error. Don't worry, if it does, I'll fix it. And what do I want to check is the phone number. And what do I want to check it for? I want to check it for that pattern that I just put in, or I just explained to you. Now to use that, I've got to say the pattern starts with an @ sign, and I've got to put the pattern in between double quotes. And I want to check if that was a success. Now notice I get, well, that should be a little p, that'll fix that, or it should. Oh, I called it phone, not phone number. All right. Now notice here that this is giving me an error. It says show potential fixes. I want to actually grab this and put this using statement in here. Using system.text.regular expressions, which added that up here. I don't need these that are in gray, so I can remove those. And I can remove that one. All right, and I'm back to no errors. Okay, so I just told it to check for that regular expression pattern, which means since it's Boolean, it'll return true. So if match, that's the same thing, remember. That is the same thing as saying if match equal true. All right, so if there was a match, what do I want to do? Well, really nothing. But if there's not a match, which means that it was false, I want to call my show message, and I want to pass invalid pattern. Must be, now I'm putting a large message in here because I want the user to know what they did wrong in number format. And here we'll just put phone number invalidly, I don't even know if that's a word, formatted. And I will say my txt entered dot text. So I'm going to clear out whatever was in there. txt entered dot focus. And finally, I want to set my ret val equal to, up here I set it to true, so I will set it to false. Finally, when I'm done, I want to return my ret val. Let's see if that works. And let's double check to make sure I didn't break anything. So if there's nothing in there, it says no phone number inputted, phone number cannot be empty, and boom. If I put something that's incorrectly formatted, so let's just put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different 2s. Click calculate. Now it says phone number invalidly formatted, invalid pattern, must be an NNN, etc. format. Okay, cleared it. Good. All right. So let's add a couple comments in here. Why? Because it's just a good idea. So again, this, whoopsie, this method is called when the calculate button clicked. This method first calls this method to verify that the phone number is not empty. That's the first thing it does. Second, it calls the is phone number valid method to verify that the phone number is in the format number dash number dash number. Trying to make this as simple to read as possible. So, if the phone number is not empty and is valid, the show only digits and show standard format methods are called to fill in text boxes 2 and 3. Okay, so call method to verify that the phone number is not empty. I know some of these comments are a little duplicative, redundant, but that's okay. Call method to verify that the phone number is in this format. Number dash number dash number. All right. So, if it's not, keep going, else return. Okay. If keep going, we are going to call both of these methods that we just said here. Where is it? Show only digits and show standard format. Don't worry, I'll fix this in a minute. So, for now, I'm going to comment this one out and write the other one. So I'm going to call show only digits. All right. This method verifies that the phone text in the entered phone number is not empty. This method verifies that the phone number in, what did I say up above? The entered phone number, text box, is in a valid format, i.e. number dash number dash number. All right, we're getting there. So this will be a private void, and this is the show only digits. And, oops, this method will display only the digits from text box 1 in text box 2. All right, so far you've seen everything. So I'm going to say string, we'll again say phone equals txt entered.text, again, just as a little shortcut. And I'm also going to say string digits, because that's what they are. So I'm going to say the digits are going to be right now equal to nothing. Oh, jeez. Okay, nothing. So loop through the first text box and add only the digits to the digits string. Then display the digits string in the second text box. Okay, that's pretty much it. So for int, you've seen me do this before, LCV equals 0. I'm going to put this, I think it might fit. Phone length, yeah, well, that's fine. We'll do it like that. So I'm going to check and say if char dot is digit. So if the current thing is a digit, add it to the digit string. Digits plus equals, just like that. And when I get done, I'm going to say txt digits only dot text equal digits dot, well, it already is a string, like that. How will I know if it worked? Well, let's run it. Let's again put nothing in there and make sure we didn't break anything. No phone number input, it cannot be empty if it's misdone. Phone number invalidly formatted, must be in that format. So let's put in here 123, oops, sorry, 123-456-7890. Now when I click calculate, if this works, in here I should have the string 123-456-7890 with no spaces. And you'll notice that I do. And clear works as well. Well, that's good. All right, so now I want to write one more method, and that is my show standard format method. So private void show standard format. At the end of this, I'm going to print out in my txt standard format dot text, I'm going to print out my string, and I'll just call it str. Now it's going to give me an error right now, or try to change it, because I don't have anything called str. But we're going to fix that right now. All right, so as always, string phone equals txt entered dot text. Again, this dot trim is a good idea. It's just a shortcut. Let me add the dot trim up here too. All right. Okay. And my string, which I'm going to just call str, and I'm going to set it equal to the empty string. Okay. Now I should be able to undo that like that. All right. So I'm going to add a comment here that says, if the existing phone number in text box 1 looks like this, this is just an example, 444-555-6677, convert it to the following: 444 space 555-6677, and display this in text box 3. Okay, that is this text box here. All right. Okay, this isn't actually that long, so let's do this. What I did was I used the string insert method and the string replace method to do this. Now, there are as many ways to do what I'm about to show you as you could probably imagine. I grabbed some code from the internet, not much, like the first 2 lines, and the rest I wrote myself, just playing around with these different methods. So I'm going to say here str, the string, equals the phone number dot insert at position 0, a left parenthesis. Okay, and that'll be fixed in a minute. They should say phone, not phone number, but phone. That should fix that. Okay. Next. str dot insert in position 4. Now I want to add a right parenthesis. So when we get done, as an example, this will now look like 444, and as an example, this should now look like 444 with parentheses before and after it. All right, then var, and I just call this regex, so you can call it whatever you want, equals a new regex, and we want to look for the first hyphen. We want to replace just the first hyphen. So this is regex dot escape. How did I find this out? Look it online. And now I want to say str equals regex dot replace. In str, I want to replace. I want to add a, I want to put in a blank space where there is the minus sign, but just the first one. Let's see if it works. All right. 777-666-5544. Now, if this works, when I click this, this should have in it 777-666-5544 with no spaces. This should have in it parenthesis 777, parenthesis space 666-5544. Well, that one isn't working and that one is. That's not too bad. We'll fix it. All right, but the second one is working. So clear, and let's take a quick look at the last one. See why it's not working. So phone number, txt entered. Dot text, string is equal to nothing. Got a big comment there. Then str the phone dot insert 0, put in that. Str dot insert in 4, that. Okay. Var regex equals new regex, regex dot escape there. Str equals regex dot replace str 1. Okay. txt standard format dot text equals str. Shouldn't have to do that, but let's see. So again, 345-67-8901. Invalid pattern. Oh, 345-678-9012. That's not working. That's still not working. Oh boy. We're going to fix it. This. Should not have to put that there. That should be the empty string. So that equals the phone, and then I should insert that at the beginning. Let's see if this is working. So let's do a message box dot show of str, and it's a string, and we'll just say, call it str so far. Okay. So let's see if that first one is working. All right, it's not. Oh, I know what it is. I bet you I'm never calling this show standard format. There's my problem. One of my many problems. All right, I shouldn't need this message box anymore. We can put them in there. That's fine. Just so let's see if we can see whether or not it's working. Okay. So 666-777-8899. All right, so there's after we added the first paren, second paren, replaced the hyphen with a space, and there it is. All right. Clear works, exit works. We're done. Let me have 5 minutes and go over it from top to bottom with you. So in this particular example, what I was trying to do right here was to write that program. We were to be able to enter a number. I flipped the standard and the entered. All right. And we plucked out the digits and then put it into a standard format. Okay. So when the calculate button is clicked, we call this, put this on 2 lines just so you can see everything. All right. The comments are golden here. Calls the isPhone method to verify the number is not empty. Then calls, so if the phone number was not empty, next call that to verify. Okay. So finally, if the phone number is not empty and is valid, the show only digits and show standard format methods are called to fill in the other text boxes. The rest of the stuff is just comments explaining what's going on. All right, I will go over this again if and as necessary in class as well. It's about 200 lines. So I'm going to save it all and I'm going to quit. When I come back from saving this in just a second, I'm going to go over Chapter 10, which is the last part in this section of the book. I'll be back with that very shortly.